Hey y'all, it's Sally. This is sort of a processing for Sally video today. Um, you know what? It's been strange for me the last few days. I mean, I don't even know where to start. I think I'm getting bored. I think, I think when you spent your last 6 years kind of quasi caregiving, even though not directly hands-on every minute of every day, but even running the errands that always seem to be interminable and often, and running to the store for this or that, or running across town to go something, take something to my mother-in-law's. Now that that part of the equation's out of our life, I didn't realize it was going to impact me so much. I seem in some ways to be at loose ends. I'm at loose ends in a way that maintenance kind of brings on after you've done maintenance for, gosh, what, six months or so. Um, I'm struggling a bit with internal motivation, not for eating right or anything like that, a little for exercise, I have to admit. The super uber hot, humid days we've had have kept me from doing the walking I would have done with the dog. Walking with a friend in the mall twice a week for about 4 miles seems to be like, oh, I'll walk those days hardcore, and the rest of the time you kind of slough off. I mean, I do walk. I have to walk the dog, but I'm trying to take it easier on him. He's not young, and I go, well, okay, do 20-minute, 30-minute walk with the dog, and then that's enough. And I don't know what the combo that's happening to my body is, but it's not great, and yet it's not great as far as the scale is concerned. But today I had to step back a little bit and see other things are happening, take accounts of what I've been doing. Um, my scale said 137. And at first it was like, oh, geez, again with the 137. And yesterday it was like 135. And I thought, well, that's swell. All I know is I've eaten a lot more fruit, and I think fruit's healthy. Fruit's wonderful. You're just enjoying fruit for the first time in your life, and it's not causing me to eat more things, but it is a carb. It is a sugar carb. That's probably affecting my weight. Um, I also got the dehydrator out that I had bought on sale about 3 months back and said, okay, finally, make some apple chips, make something. And I made some. And I thought, this is great. And then I went to the store and I bought a few things of dried fruits. And then I realized that I popped those dried fruits in my mouth. And the thing about fruit is, or anything that you take the water out of, you're taking the volume out of. And you can fit a lot more things in your pouch if they're deflated, dehydrated, and you're getting more intense calories, much like you would in protein, meat. Whereas fruit, if you're getting a lot of water in a piece of fruit, then that cuts your calorie. It spreads your calories out a little bit. You know what I mean? So I realized today I should not be drying any more fruit for a while or stuffing any more dried fruit in my face for a while. Use it as a condiment, not as a food group. Um, but I'm going to say this about that. The number bothers me. But I took a walk right after that, and I put on my clothes. Now I haven't put on my jeans. If those size 4 jeans are still comfy, that's different. It's okay. But actually, it's okay anyway, because what I did was get my mind distracted by doing other things I'd been putting off, um, and realizing in the doing of those things, like out planting these tomato plants I bought 3 weeks ago that keep croaking in the heat, and I have to keep watering them to keep them alive because I haven't put them in their pots yet. I did that. I went from that little thing that I kept putting off and kept hanging over your head. You know how you put things off and they hang over your head? Finally went out the back porch and did that. And then that led me off the deck and into the garden, which I hadn't done. And I cut some of my hydrangeas that you can see here. I have about 3 groupings of hydrangeas in different places in the house. Then that led me out front to cut back some of the things in my pots on the porch, which will then again force new bloom, and cut some daisies that I have in profuse amounts in the front yard and put those in a little glass jar. Hold on. I will just flip you around. Here's my little day. I have lots and lots of daisies. You see another little grouping of these and whatever. And then there's some over here on the table. You see the ones on the table right there? Okay, so that's it. Those kind of things that I used to really love my gardening stuff. I kind of just sort of pushed away. I just didn't, I went, I don't seem to have the motivation for a lot of things I used to have. And I guess that's just sort of, I don't know quite what's going on. It's no big deal. I'm fine, not depressed. Um, Probably just trying to find my way and realizing time is closing out for the time I have before my daughter moves back home, which will just be in a couple of weeks. And I have a little anxiety about that. Um, oh, but the 137, you know what? Once I got out in the yard and started to live life again, you just, those little things, those niggling little things about the number on the scale, which shouldn't define you anyway, really can drop into their proper perspective. It's about things being put in their proper perspective. I'm alive. I'm breathing clean air and the sun is shining and it's not too hot and the birds are singing and I have a roof over my head and food on my table and clothes on my back and I have no worries about anyone that I love being, ill right now. I'm healthy as far as I know. Um, Life is good. Life is good if you stop and count the blessings that you have and enjoy the things around you. And I did that today. Now, I want to say that before I get off, and I know this is kind of a go nowhere video, but I'm going to do this for me, and I'm getting ready to go to the gym and do body pump, and so that will help my mindset a lot too. I'm going to step back and show you guys that 137 is no better and no worse than 130. Do I like the way my body feels? Yes. Are my stretchy gym clothes fitting comfortably? Well, of course, yes, they stretch. Do I like the shape I see in the mirror? 99.9% yes, but in my mind's eye, I see those saddlebags filling up. See, and that's the part that always worries me. But anyway, instead of being bony, rayleigh thin, I'm just gonna do this again. I mean, I'm happy. I'm not complaining, guys. I know what it's like to be 250. I know. I remember it was just a year ago. It wasn't, and it's not like I can't walk down the street and feel like a regular person because I can. So maybe I'm not as emaciated looking around here as I was 7 pounds ago because I'm sure that's where all that 7 pounds is. But you know what? I used to bitch about how I missed being voluptuous and went right to being stick. And if that few extra pounds in my rear and my thighs and my hips make me feel a little more womanly, that's fine. It's all good. Well, there's my phone. That's my cue. I got to get ready for the gym. I love you guys. You have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon.